Hi, everyone. Are you looking for a great neighborhood, a great community, a great area on the Gulf Coast that you can relocate to? Maybe it's a primary residence. You're going to leave wherever you're at. You finally decided you're coming to Florida. You want to be by the Gulf. You want to be by beaches. You want a little bit slower pace. Maybe you've looked up and down Sarasota County. You've decided that Lakewood Ranch is too busy, Sarasota, Bradenton's too busy. Maybe you've looked a little above and beyond. I'm going to give you the two best neighborhoods, in my opinion, in the southwest portion of Sarasota County, North Englewood. Hi, everybody. I'm David Zachos, broker and owner of Zachos Realty and Design. I've been working on this Gulf Coast for 40 years. 19 years ago, I shifted from my first chosen career, which was a deputy, a detective, school resource officer. I worked with Charlotte County and Sarasota County, and I retired from that in 2007. Since then, fully into real estate. It's always something I had a passion for. It's something I had a knack for. I was successful doing it myself, and I got my license in 2007 and been doing real estate. I love serving the people of this community, and I love serving people relocating here. And if you're considering somewhere in this tri-county area, Charlotte, Sarasota, Manatee, take a minute, pause where you've been looking, maybe even above and beyond, and stop and consider North Englewood. You may be glad you did. What you're going to find in North Englewood is value. It's going to be a little bit less congested. You may be considering Sarasota, Lakewood Ranch, Venice, North Venice, and maybe even the growing area of Laurel, Nokomis. You may be even looking above and beyond that. Recently, I've placed a few people in North Englewood, and they're so happy they made that decision. All right, so Englewood is bordered on the west by Manasota Key, which includes the Gulf beaches of Manasota Beach, Middle Beach, Englewood Beach, and Stump Pass Beach State Park. Englewood split in two between Sarasota County and Charlotte County. Sarasota County to the north, of course, and Charlotte County to the south. You have Northport to the west and Venice to the north. What you'll find in Englewood is an abundance of parks, recreation, nature, beaches, lots of water. You know, for years and years, Englewood was that sleepy little fishing town. And then around the 70s and 80s, it started to get developed. People started to find it. And you had developers starting to place developments in Sarasota County portion of North Englewood. Some upscale neighborhoods were developed, and this started again around the 70s and 80s. And, you know, this is the area that I worked while I was a deputy all these years in Sarasota County. I actually was stationed in a community policing office we had in downtown Englewood. I kind of fell in love with it more. I like that old Florida feel and that off the beaten path type feel for Florida, because that's kind of what it was like when I first moved to Florida in the 1980s. I first moved down to Port Charlotte. Englewood has that old Florida feel. It's quieter and a good place to enjoy if you like bicycling, kayaking, canoeing. If you like fishing or boating, Englewood's really a great place. If you like to catch amazing sunsets, there's no shortage of bayfront parks to view the sunset or beaches to view the sunset. It's got that more laid back feel that I already mentioned. And no matter where you pick in North Englewood, you're not going to be any more than 5 or 10 minutes to the beach or to the bay. So the slower pace, but yet close to everything, is a perfect town to consider. So in this video, I'm going to focus on my two best neighborhoods in North Englewood. The first neighborhood that makes my top pick is called Englewood Isles. Englewood Isles, it's a deed restricted neighborhood. It's west of Englewood Road. It's south of Fourth Creek and north of Buchan Airport, which is just a little sod runway airport. It's east of Lemon Bay and Englewood Gardens neighborhood. By the way, if you like what I say about Englewood Isles, you have a little bit higher budget and maybe you want something with more land, then Englewood Gardens may be an option for you, which is right behind Englewood Isles. Englewood Isles has a slower pace. It's a residential neighborhood. The key features of this neighborhood are waterfront homes. However, you don't have to be on the water to enjoy water because there's a marina within inside the community. It's a boater's paradise, really, direct access to Lemon Bay. The neighborhood is deed restricted, but a very minimal HOA of $125 a year. So you'll have some restrictions that keep the neighborhood conforming, but by no means overbearing. Englewood Isles has many homes on canals that lead out to Lemon Bay and the Gulf. You're going to have about a 20-25 minute boat ride on your boat to get out to Stump Pass and out to the Gulf. I quickly mentioned the marina. There's 44 boat slips in the community. And if you live anywhere in any of the homes, condos, villas, and you're not on the water, you can lease or buy a boat slip in this marina. Currently, there's several for lease. They're asking $350 a month. I'm sure you can negotiate on that. And there's a couple for sale at around 75,000 to 85,000. You must be an owner of a home within Englewood Isles in order to lease or buy a boat slip. So there's a wide range of homes available in Englewood Isles. You may ask me, what can you get there and what's the price points? Well, you can start with just a small 2-bedroom, 2-bath condo around 1,000 square feet for under 200,000. Very affordable when you're looking throughout the county. If you go to the villas, there's a number of villas that have boat slips assigned to them. Deeded boat slip right outside your door or maybe just a short walk away. Those are in the 400s. And then of course you have single family homes both on the water and not on the water. The single family homes in here start around the mid 3s, and then you have waterfront homes with extensive boat lifts and boat docks and jet skis docks. 1.2 is kind of the max price point. So you're going to get a lot for your money here. If you're considering other waterfront communities within Sarasota County, this is going to be one of the most affordable. Something to take a note, of course, it's an older neighborhood. So it was established in the 70s, 80s. The homes may need remodeling. Some of them have been remodeled and you'll find a nicely updated home with all hurricane protection, but other homes may need a little TLC. The neighborhood is quiet, it's laid back, it's got many seasonal residents and snowbirds. It's very friendly. If you walk or drive the neighborhood, you notice people walking their dogs, talking at the end of the driveway, just kind of hanging out and chatting and taking that relaxed, slower pace of life. It's a great neighborhood if you love to ride your bike because you can get out the back way to Bayshore Road, work your way down through the many neighborhood streets. You don't have to get on any busy streets. You're going to have to cross at some point Englewood Road, but you can cross over at Old Englewood Road, which is a lot less traveled. And then you can work your way through the neighborhoods, get down to Lemon Bay Park and Environmental Center. You can hit Old West Dearborn. You can actually make your way almost all the way down to Englewood Beach. And on the north side, if you leave and you go out, you can cut through the Overbrook Gardens neighborhood to get yourself over to Manasota Key. And that's a beautiful bike ride up and down the Key. If you like nature and just the old Florida feel, the Lemon Bay Park and Environmental Center is a short distance away. It's probably only a mile to a mile and a half. You could walk there. You could take your golf cart there. You could bike there. It's a place where you can put in your kayak, your canoe. You can just hike the trails, catch a sunset. It's a great place to hang out and just enjoy nature. From Englewood Isles, if you're going to drive to the beach, you've only got about a 2-3 minute drive to Manasota Beach. You've probably got a 4, 5, 6 minute drive to Englewood Beach. You want to get up to Venice, you'll be in Venice in a matter of 5 to 10 minutes. It's a great location. You're in Englewood, slower pace, but yet you're close to Venice and all areas going north. Nice thing about Englewood Isles, it's located in Sarasota County. You have the availability of all the Sarasota County services, but you're not within the city limit. 90% of the neighborhood is not in a flood zone. As I mentioned before, the HOA is so reasonable at $125 a year that really leads to a more affordable monthly cost for you, and is the reason why it makes my top pick for a waterfront neighborhood in all of Sarasota County. It's affordability. All right, the second neighborhood I'm going to jump over to now is a top pick in North Englewood. It's Boca Royale. There's a number of factors as to why I consider Boca Royale a top pick compared to the close runner-up Beachwalk. And one reason is the newest phase of Boca Royale. It's now open and available for sales. And a key feature about this new section is that Boca Royale is going to interconnect to another Neal community in Welland Park. So there'll be direct access without having to go out and around. Now when you leave Boca Royale, Beachwalk, Englewood Isles, any of these, you want to go to downtown Welland, you have to drive out and around up Englewood Road over to 41 South and then connect with downtown Welland, Cool Today Park that way. And not too long, you're going to have a back way developed through Boca Royale where you can take your bicycle, your golf cart, drive if you're a resident of Boca Royale and make that quick trip. So the proximity of Boca Royale being that you can be to the beach, 4 different beaches in a matter of 5 to 7 to 10 minutes, and downtown Welland in a matter of probably 7 to 10 minutes, in Venice in a matter of 5 minutes. This is really a reason why Boca makes a top pick. Now, Boca has grown extensively over the years. It was actually when I worked there down in Englewood in the 80s, it was Englewood Golf and Country Club. And if you drive through the neighborhood, you'll still see some of these old original Englewood Golf and Country Club homes. They were built in the 70s and 80s, the villas and single-family homes in the older section. As Boca Royale has expanded, there's lots more housing options. It's probably one of the largest neighborhoods now. When you take the new part of Welland Park, that's Boca Royale, You combine all the older sections and the original sections of Boca Royale. It's a very large neighborhood that has a lot to offer. Neil is a developer in Boca Royale, a very, very good local builder. They've been building in this areas for many, many years. And another advantage, if you're not open to consider one of those older original homes Boca Royale has to offer, there are many homes up for resale right now that are built from 2017 and newer when the new codes have changed, so they're going to have all the current hurricane protection. In the oldest section of Englewood Isles, you're going to find small villas built in the 70s, 80s. You're going to have the older features, 8-foot ceilings, and may need some updating. But the homes you're going to find are on more generous lots, sometimes up to 1/3 of an acre. You're not going to see that in the new construction neighborhoods that you see in Beachwalk, other sections of Boca, and in Welland Park. So that is another advantage. The older section also has the advantage of being very close since it was original part of Boca Royale. It's right there up by the golf course and the racquet club. So you'll be there in a matter of minutes. You could even actually walk there from some of the residents. 1,500 square feet, 2-bedroom, 2-bath villas are currently available in the 200s in Boca Royale, and smaller single family homes in this older section of Boca Royale are available from the mid-300s, so it's very affordable. The expansion of Boca Royale that took place in the 90s, early 2000s, saw a lot of newer homes built in this older area of Boca Royale. That kind of took a pause, and then of course picked up after the great financial crisis, where you started seeing a lot of building taking place starting in 2012, 2014, and up till now. So in the newer section of Boca Royale that's just wrapping up construction, you can find many resale homes built between 2014 and 2025, and you can find villas 1,600 square foot for the mid-300s. You can currently find resales of 3-bedroom, 2-bath, just over 2,000 square foot homes with and without pools, in that 2015, 16, 17 and newer, around the 500s to 600s. And if you're looking for a larger, newer home, don't want to break the budget, you can find a 3-3, 2,500 and bigger square foot home with a 3-car garage in the low to mid 700s. So that's all very affordable when you look at Sarasota County and when you look at Welland Park. And that's another reason I like Boca Royale. This last phase of Boca Royale that's just getting started is called Boca Royale at Welland Park. There's going to be over 800 new single-family homes in there and villas. We're going to have 21 different floor plans to choose from, anywhere from 1,500 square feet up to 3,700 square feet. The new phase will have a huge amenity center, its own amenity center with a resort pool, yoga, event lawn, social lounge, fitness centers. The neat thing is going to have game rooms, golf simulators, putting greens, a poolside bar, everything that people are looking for in that ultimate resort lifestyle community. Boca Royale, the new section of Boca Royale, is going to have that. And plus, you're going to be able to get to Welland Park, enjoy the stadium, downtown Welland through the back section. And bonus, on top of that, you have Boca Royale Golf and Country Club and the Racquet Club right there at the front if you wanted to join that as an optional. All right, let's talk pricing. In the new section, Boca Royale, you're going to find villas from the mid-300s. You're going to find small single-family homes from the high 300s to 400s. And you're going to find the larger Cove and Coastal Series homes starting in the 400 to 500. You do have to keep in mind at this phase right now, they don't really have any spec homes. They will be building some. Currently, if you want a home in the new Boca Royale, it's where you pick the home site, you pick the structural options, you pick the inside options, and you build it out. So when you add the lot, when you add the upgrades, you're going to be a little bit higher. But for an example, we just priced out a home for a client in there, just under 1,900 square feet with a pool, brand new home being built. 2026 completion is going to be right in the mid-5s. So very affordable option for you. I'm going to point out Boca Royale is at the very beginning stages of being developed. And this typically, when we see developments, the very early stages and the very final stages are when you get the best deals traditionally. The very early stages, they want people in there. They want homes built. They want to be able to drive and show their clients that, hey, we've got a couple streets completed. You can see everything that's going on. Right now, when you drive through there, it's just pretty much dirt. But within a few months, 4, 5, 6 months, you're going to see homes in there. The amenities, of course, will be down the road a little bit, but this is when you're going to get your best deal if you want to consider this neighborhood. So Boca Royale makes my top pick because of all those features I mentioned. The fact that you have the golf course up front, you can join that. If you're a golfer, let's say you don't want to join, they do non-member golfing, and it's right here within your community. So that's really something that's advantage. It's also true for the racket membership. They have pickleball, tennis, fitness center, social programs, and you can join that optionally if it's not offered in your section of Boca Royale. Many sections of the Boca Royale may have a community pool, other sections will not. All right, I'm going to give honorable mention to Beachwalk. With all Boca has to offer, I think now they've beat out Beachwalk, but Beachwalk is still has a lot to offer you, very reasonable pricing and a consideration if you want to be just a little bit closer to the beach than Boca Royale. In summary, Englewood is a great option for you if you're looking for that small town feel. You're looking for a neighborhood that gives you everything. It could be a boater. You may just like fishing, bicycling, kayaking, just like to walk nature. Englewood is that spot for you. Englewood Isles, west of 776, should be a strong consideration for you if you're looking for a boating community. It has lots of housing options, and it's going to be much better price than anywhere you'll find in North County, Sarasota. Boca Royale should now be a top pick of yours if you're considering any community in Welland Park. I really think you should consider Boca Royale because of the active lifestyle that it offers and because of its opportunity to be able to have that direct access to Welland Park and all Welland Park has to offer, plus a direct access to all of Englewood, all the Englewood beaches, and a quick shot up to Venice. Well, I appreciate you watching. If you have any comments about this, any questions about Boca Royale, Englewood Isles, or any surrounding communities, please reach out. I look forward to hearing from you, and I'll look forward to speaking with you again soon. Take care.